Hey, Chicken here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, I got a lot of people asking all these questions. They're saying, Chicken, how on God's green earth did you get 7 perfect Mega Crab statues? And, you know, they're saying, like, what's the hack, what's the cheat code, what's the Android package unit that you use to get this? And, guys, the honest truth is, there's no cheats, there's no, there's no hacks, there's no secret codes or anything. It just takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And you as well can get 7 out of 7 diamond trophies. But, so what we're actually talking about is just some tips and tricks that the Chicken uses to make sure that I always get the diamond trophy without actually having to, you know, go to, like, you saw my whole entire crab stream there the other day, right? I didn't do any scouting. So we're going to go over the biggest things that contribute to how the Mega Crab is played now, and how that factors into you getting the most into your diamonds, getting the most diamond trophies with the least amount of time or effort put into the Mega Crab. Now, obviously, the best way to do this is oh, actually we have 500 diamonds loaded up. That means we're getting 5 hero tokens, guys. I'm gonna have a massive trader crate opening on our hands here soon enough. But the trick to getting 7 diamond trophies, guys, the biggest thing, the absolute biggest thing, is getting endless reserves. Now, if you don't have endless reserves, and it's not it's not detrimental. It's not detrimental, but the biggest thing about endless reserves, guys, is if you don't have like hundreds of power powder that you're willing to waste, endless reserves allows you to switch up your troops per base, which is huge, because without doing that, you'd have to either retrain your troops, which is going to cost gold, and more importantly, it's going to take about an hour. So not having to do that makes an absolute world of difference. So I'm going to see what the Chicken can do about getting some sort of special endless reserves trade or deal, or, you know, maybe there's, you know what would be really cool? You know what would be really cool, guys? If they did it like this. They gave us 2 imitation, every second imitation game, they have it so it's not just like the goofy casual one, right? Where it is now. It's like a million green statues and it's got ice statues, but they don't actually do anything. Throw that away, or keep it for every second week, so it's fair, so all the lower level players get all the resources, whatever. But have a secondary imitation game, and have it very difficult. And if you're able to beat that, imitation game, both of them, within meeting some sort of criteria, within like time or attacks used or something like that, if you're able to do that, then you get access to 3 full days of endless reserves during the Mega Crab. Something like that, I think would be fantastic. So, not sure where we're going here, but let's go. Oh man, they're called bazookas. They're called bazookas. Let's go like this, like that. It doesn't really matter at this point. Something like that, I think, would be very interesting to bring endless reserves into the free-to-play players as well. That would be very cool to see. Probably a little bit unlikely, but I don't see why they can't have a special, or, you know, let us give some of them away or something like that. I think that would be very interesting to bring to the free-to-play players. Now, the second most important thing when it comes to getting the purple statue on every single Mega Crab is going to be simply having 10 statues, having 10 offensive statues, and having a good amount of troop health. A good amount of troop health. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to go like Chicken. I'm not saying everyone has to have 4 troop health statues to get the diamond trophy easily, but if you're a free-to-play player, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to just use skanks and to use them more or less than switching it out with heavies and Zookas, because, you know, of course, heavies and Zookas have their place in the Mega Crab, but are they the best troop every single base? Not by a long shot in the Chicken's in the Chicken's frame of mind. Let's go like this. Okay, there's one. Let's go like that. One mine. There's 2 mines. A couple peaked Zookas. And we'll go like this and like this. Oh, that line had it. That line had all the troops in it. But what else? What else is there? What else is there? Having a good stock of power powder is going to help for sure. Being able to boost, and you know, it kind of ties into everything else. Like maximizing your boost time is going to be made 100 times more efficient by endless reserves. You know, because the way the crab used to be, you had to, you know, unless you had a crazy amount of power powder and you were spending like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if you didn't have endless reserves, then by the time that you switch out a troop loadout specific for that stage, it takes you an hour and a half, and you also have to gem them up. So you're playing the diamond for power powder game, which is, you know, it's a harder way to do things for sure. It's definitely been made a lot easier through endless reserves. Okay, so let's go. Let's go like this. Let's go like that, guys, and let's go right over here. And what we're gonna do this time, a little bit differently. Let's fire them all up like that. And we're gonna go 1 and 2. And we'll go next. We'll go way up here. I don't think this guy has any simos. Okay, easy, easy, easy. Make sure we lose the delay now, nice and early. And we'll go bang, bang, 1 and 2. There we go. Now we're looking a little cleaner, guys. Now we're looking a little cleaner. Okay, so now we're gonna flare onto this guy. Let's get some critters in the back. We're gonna go 1. We're gonna go 2, and then we're just gonna go med kits for that win. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, and boom! Chinese letters goes down. Back, back, back. So what else is there? What else is there that helps the crab? You know, just making the most of whatever the special bonus is, of course, that's going to tie into it as well. But above all else, find a way to get endless reserves. Find a way to get, find a way to get endless reserves. That's the main takeaway, guys, because that's really gonna take you the farthest out of everything else. Okay, let's should we do Harriman? No, it's probably too late now. But yeah, that's basically how the chicken was able to do it. I mean, I've never, obviously watching people on YouTube is gonna help as well. I wouldn't say it's a requirement, but it's definitely helpful, you know, to watch the chicken and see us go through some of these stages and say like, oh, okay, like I see this one, I can take a look at that, and I do, you know, X, Y, and Z a little bit differently, and that's going to help there. But yeah, other than that, endless reserves, having a good stock of power powder, getting, like, a lot of people tend to use the same troops in Boom Beach. Like, you're doing your operations, you're using nothing but Alzuka. Get comfortable with other troops, especially armored units, because I know a lot of you high-level guys don't really use Scorches and Tanks, probably ever, if you're just playing the game for ops and you're hopping on different accounts, etc., etc. Get used to using the Scorches and Tanks and the armored units and stuff like that, things that you don't normally use. Yeah, I think that's basically it. So, yeah, that's how the chicken was able to get 7 out of 7 purple diamond trophies, guys. Yeah, so let me know what you think of that down below in the comments. Leave your best Mega Crab tips down below in the comments, guys. I will pin the best one. I'm going to read and like them all, as I always do. So, yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Check it out.